kind of things would you be capturing with Ping Man?
So I mean,
what is he hit? What's he doing here?
everything.
Just whacking balls all day. So you're testing what?
So I mean, we can do anything with Ping Man to an extent, but we can do with the player base. The difference is, you know, Ping Man is perfect for certain types of information, and players are perfect for other types. So Ping Man is a lot more repeatable than any player.
Yeah.
You could, you know, even a Marty or someone, Ping Man in a game of you can repeat the swing, Ping Man's going to win every day of the week. What he can't do is, you know,
feel, I guess.
Tell you feel, or you know, if we put a different weight in his hand, he'll just swing it the way we tell him to. He's not going to be affected by the club in the same way as a player will. But as far as making a repeatable swing and then being able to kind of do very much like-for-like comparisons, that's where Ping Man is perfect. So.
Excellent. So what are you testing now? Are we allowed to know what you're testing now?
Right now I set up a 9-degree G driver, swing 110 miles an hour.
Okay.
And we're hitting on club center at this point.
Okay. So club geometric center.
Slightly above geometric center, but center toe to heel in the...
And then I imagine path is set at a direction, is it?
Well, with Ping Man we can't really change the swing path.
Oh, so it's always at zero?
So it's always going to be right on line.
Yeah.
What we can do is adjust the upper section here at different angles for the different clubs. So for a driver, we're standing more upright. For a wedge, we'll tilt it down. So that swing plane will change, but it's always going to stay right down the line.
So he's always delivering zero?
He's always delivering zero swing direction. That's not the same as path.
No, so what part? You can change the path? Because you can make him hit up or down?
Because we can move the tee around,
Yeah.
So we can make him, so if we move the tee forward and have him catching it on the upswing,
he'll be spinning
by
left.
definition, the path is going to be on the left.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll virtually move the centre of the range depending on how we want to do it. So
in effect, he's always, he is actually always, he's working off zero.
We zero out his path and we get the face square to path, and that's our centre. You know, that would be our typical, that's our starting point. And then now we'll start moving around, hitting shots off centre. I mean, one thing you can do great with Ping Man, right, is I mean, you did a pretty good job of hitting different spots in the face, but Ping Man, we can program it in. I want exactly half-inch toe, now I want half-inch heel, now I want half-inch higher. So we'll do what we call a 9-position test. So we have our centre point, and then 8 positions around the centre. So that's one of the things that's really good for Ping Man, because we know everything else is the same. In fact, all we did was move the tee.
So could we watch and see data? I don't want to disrupt what you're doing. Where he hits out the middle,
and then we'll go
and then say off centre onto the toe and onto the heel along the same line, and that's going to show us if there's any ball changes in ball speed in effect, isn't it?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Which kind of thing you'd be looking for in your design process to see how well you've made the club in effect.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where you see a really good correlation between the moment of inertia of the club and the drop off in performance on off centre hits on our 9-position test.
Yeah,
let's take a look.
So this is a 0 we're going to go for the start.
So just like with your own swing, we've got some ability with Ping Man to kind of tune him to, we want him up on the ball, down on the ball, that kind of stuff. So.
This is 100 miles an hour, did we say?
110.
110. So this is going to go like 270, 260, is it? 260, yeah. That's TrackMan reading, not... How are you reading club head speed? From TrackMan?
We've got a pair of infrared beams built into the T system, and we're using those, and we got 110.8.
Yes. That's
so
on the
there's
face.
a little discrepancy. That's the last 3 inches before impact.
So that's just leading into impact.
Right.
That was going.
So you see there's two, right? There's 2 little light curtains. It's going through this one first. Breaks that beam, and then how long does it take to get to the second beam? So it's right in line with the tee.
Great.
So now when we hit a toe shot, we're measuring how fast is the toe going, because we're measuring exactly which bit is hitting the tee.
Very clever.
So it's slightly different to how TrackMan's doing it.
Yeah, because it's at different times, isn't it? So I'm looking up there, but actually I need to be listening to your call. So that was 110.8, you say?
Yes.
And that's gone 259 yards. So can we move on to the toe?
Half an inch to the toe.
see a little bit of drop off.
Yeah. So 256 at the last 4 yards, say.
3 yards.
3 yards, sorry.
But the ball velocity actually went up. It was 158.7, I think it was.
So what was the club head speed on that one?
We got 110.5, but we do, even with our optics, we have a little bit of error.
So almost the same.
About the
Very
same.
much the same.
So what happens, can you make it hit like low toe?
Yeah,
We
just
can.
go in a low toe position.
So obviously there's hardly any drop off there, isn't there? As you move it to the toe along the
Not a ton,
middle
no.
line.
Yeah, straight out half an inch.
But I guess when it starts going across that and then down or up is where you're going to see bigger drop offs.
And we'll go out to an inch out to the toe.
Yeah.
That would be our kind of furthest we go as one of our standard positions.
Okay.
You see a bigger drop off an inch off to the toe.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
as we were looking at in Enzo talking about, you see a bigger drop off on the heel side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this would be what our normal low toe position
This is a
would
low
be.
toe. Where do you reckon the ball's going, Matt? Low toe.
Left.
I reckon it's going right.
Oh,
Straight to what's the
Pretty
spin
straight
axis
to the
on
left.
that? Pretty straight up there. Yeah, he has got spin axis up there. Where are we?
0.7.
It's just
0.7.
straight.
So
0.7.
one thing you can see, so the spin rate's coming out as that's actually a double spin.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, TrackMan
Radar.
does do that sometimes.
We make it very difficult for TrackMan by having a ton of metal.
Yeah,
in its field of view.
yeah, so you trick it. I mean,
So,
again, so that's that's carrying 1248 now, isn't it? So that has dropped off.
Yeah.
And it's the combination when you start going like, low end toe or high
Yeah.
end toe or high end heel. That's where you start to get more of a drop off.
Can we see a heel?
Just straight out heel.
Should we go low heel? That's
Low
a
heel,
common
that's a pretty-
strike point, isn't it?
Just our standard low heel
Yeah.
position. I've been known to hit them out there every now and again. So you definitely see as you go down, spin goes up.
Yeah.
Spin
Yeah.
goes down.
Yeah. Starts left.
Starts
comes
back,
back.
comes back up. Yeah.
So that's the roll and the bulge on that. They're basically starting that left. 'Cause that face.
Yeah,
left is
so you've got
pointing
two
more
things,
left.
right? You've got the bulge and roll, so the face is pointing more left.
Yeah.
And now you've got the gearing as well.
Yeah.
So the gears, the club's twisting this way a little.
Absolutely, yeah. So spin axis from that plus 3.5, so that's cut spin in effect. And that's 244. So you're seeing big drop. That was only an inch. That was
It's
a
a half an inch to the heel and down. What was our increment? 3/16
Yeah.
of an inch.
Yeah. How bad can he hit it?
We can hit it
Do you
bad as
understand
we
what I
can.
mean? As in,
We can make him shank
Miss
it.
the ball.
yeah,
We
you
and
miss
we
the
have done
ball.
that, yeah.
No, how bad can he hit it? Not how bad can he miss it.
So,
But as in, when you're using him, how, because obviously you can only build clubs that can do X. But do you test to those extreme limits as well? Would you get him in like a ridiculous place to see what happens or not?
we have done, we have our kind of standard miss patterns based on
'Cause you're-
observations of what players are doing.
Yeah. Because you're relying on the user to be able to hit the ball at some point, aren't you?
Yeah, and so we have that tracked very well for different handicap groups. So
Yeah.
we know that for a tall player, the miss pattern is here, and as we go to higher handicappers, it starts to
Yeah.
expand. And we'll use Enzo for a lot of that to get a really good map.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very, very beginner level, the entire face is in play.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we don't do a lot of testing
No.
of what happens if you hit the top rail. But it's,
What happens if you hit the third turn?
we kind of know what happens there.
Don't know what you're on about.
But we'll do some where we're opening up the face and looking at, what's the effect of like a more glancing ball. and
Yeah,
glancing ball.
yeah.
Be a little careful of who's on the range.
Yeah,
That's what we
absolutely.
kind of shut down the range.
And then, how far is this range? Do you know?
345.
The tee to the fence is about 345 yards.
And how fast can he go?
fast enough to go way over the fence.
Like really? So he's tested that.
If you ask Doug nicely, he might have some stories
Can
to
we
tell.
picture on that roof?
Can we get him swinging like above the speed? Or are we not allowed to?
Don't have a profile set up that fast
Okay,
with this club
right, that's
now,
fine.
so it'd take me a while.
Yeah,
to
yeah, I see what you mean to
develop
calibrate
the
it. Yeah,
profile.
yeah.
We did once have for a bit of fun, a bit of a long drive competition between Ping Man and Sling Man. So Sling Man's
The Sling Man's ball, isn't
So
it?
Sling Man's so it's really
It's
for
like
studying
a
how
tennis.
So we just that's a lot you program in a ball speed and spin and launch
Yeah.
angle, and it just spits it out.
And that can sling it miles, can't it? That can sling it a long way.
They both can, and it's kind of. Well, what we were trying to do was to see how close can we get to hitting the top of the fence without going over.
Right.
And with both of them, we were able to hit kind of 3/4 of the way up the fence.
Yeah.
And with Sling Man, in some ways, it's easier because you just program the numbers in and away you go.
Yeah.
Ping Man, you've got the club to then configure, so Doug has to use a bit of judgment on, all right, well, how do I want to set this swing up, and what kind of loft should I put in there? And
So you're using Sling Man to study ball dynamics to then work that back to how you might want to incorporate that into club building, I presume. Aren't you?
yeah, and it's
So
also
if someone's hitting the ball this hard, Sling Man, the ball's going to react this way.
it's hugely useful for us in testing as well to not be always reliant on having perfect conditions.
Yeah.
So we'll do Ping Man tests and we can mandate, all right, nothing more than 3 miles an hour wind.
Yeah.
But practically, you want to be able to hit balls when it's more than 3 miles an hour.
Yeah,
wind.
yeah,
So
yeah.
having a good ball model, so we can say, okay, we'll hit balls, but then model where it went and not have to worry too much about the wind.
Yes.
Is super useful to us.
Yeah. Excellent. There we go, Matt. He drives it all right, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for loads more videos. Find me on Instagram at Crossfield Mark. Also on Twitter at 4golfonline. Find me on Facebook, Mark Crossfield. Thanks for watching. Post comments as always, and see you soon.